Thanks for joining me. I've gotten a couple requests for learning to float forward. And I know there's lots of things out there and I've tried them all, I feel. So I'm gonna give you some of my favorites, the ones that I've felt like help me jump forward to the top of my mat. A lot of it is overcoming fear that you're gonna fall forward, that you're gonna go too far and you're gonna tumble and you're gonna get hurt. So there's a lot of fear factor in there that you have to get over, and that's something that you just have to work through on your own. But working with these little drills and becoming more comfortable with having that weight on your hands and finding a little bit more balance on your hands will help you. So practice few of these tips every day and see how it works out for you. The first we're going to do is we're going to warm up our wrists, because we're going to do a lot of it on our wrists. So bring your palms together, roll those wrists around a little bit, back and forward, side to side. Turn the palms away, reach them up, stretching through the shoulders. Take an inhale. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale in, up, and exhale to the left. Inhale up, exhale forward. You're going to draw the palms in, and then draw the backs of the hands together. Fingers down, wiggle those fingers. And then flick the wrists, flick the fingers. Good. And then from here, draw the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale down and back. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale forward. Another great video to do this before this video is my Anytime Warm-Up Flow. It helps if you're just going to specifically work on these movements just for the day, so it warms up your whole body. But we're going to kind of get right into it now. So from here, you're going to come into your downward facing dog. So finding your downward facing dog, plant those hands, lift those hips, find your downward dog. And just take a couple moments, press down and forward, bend deeply into the knees, send those hips back. And just find the strength in those arms, pressing forward, lifting those hips, draw in through the low belly. Take another inhale there. And exhale. Inhale, shift the weight forward to plank. Exhale, downward dog. 2 more times, inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. 1 more time, inhale, forward plank. Exhale, downward dog. And then bring the feet out as wide as your mat and drop it down into that yogi squat, Balasana. Pause there for a moment, press elbows into shins. Just find a little bit of movement and openness in the hips here. And the first thing we're going to do are donkey kicks. So you can stay here and watch in this position. I'm going to do a couple donkey kicks. All you're going to do is bring your heels to your bum. That's all you're going to do. You don't have to lift your hips really high yet, but there is that option there. So from downward facing dog, you can continue to watch or do it with me. You would press back into those heels, come up high onto the balls of your feet, bring your feet together. Look toward your hands, bend your knees like we just did, and then on your exhale, all you're going to do is you're going to lift your hips, kick your heels to your bum, and that's it. Yours might look something like that. Maybe you shift slightly forward, and it's a quick one. Maybe you start to shift forward more, those hips lift up higher. So as you shift forward, hips higher, hips to heels. Give that a couple tries. So you're just going to try and kick up, kick up. As you notice, I'm in front of a wall. I like to be close to the wall when I'm starting this, so in case I kick too far, I know that wall is there to support me and it's not going to let me come crashing down. So you have that as an option as well. So your hands would be a lot closer to the wall. I would say like about 1 inch or like 2 or 3 centimeters from the wall. Press down into those hands, find your downward facing dog. Draw the shoulder blades onto the back, make those arms strong, bring the feet together. Take an inhale, exhale, heels to bum. Heels to bum, heels to bum, and rest. Good, so as you get further, I'm gonna just show you what will happen. Maybe I kicked too far one time and I hit the wall. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bounce off the wall. You have to get used to bouncing off the wall. You can even put pillows all around you in case you're worried about falling. That's secretly why these pillows are here, for when I come crashing down. So ground down into those hands. So if I jump too hard at any point, I'm going to just have the wall back there, right? So the wall is there. Maybe I find a little bit of movement on my hands to come back down. So you have that as an option, right? The wall is there. So just stick with the wall for a while. The next one we're going to do is just hopping over blocks, just to help yourself get that momentum to come forward. So when we float through to our hands, your knees can be bent at any time. The more you have practice, and the more practice you have, you can pike forward with nice straight legs. I'm not quite there yet. I don't know if I ever will be, but you can always do that as you progress, right? But bending your knees is totally fine to float forward. You're just finding that fluid transition, that slower transition forward with a little dynamic movement. So start with one block. And you're going to plant your hands. This time don't be so close to the wall, right? You're going to plant your hands, lift your hips. Have that block a little closer toward your feet than toward your hands. But every time you jump forward, you want to look just past your hands. So you really want to go forward. So you're going to bend your knees, press down and forward to those hands, and as you exhale, you're just going to hop over that block. Maybe you barely make it over the block. And then plant the hands, bend the knees, jump back over the block to downward facing dog. So notice each time that I hop, my knees bend, lengthen, inhale, exhale, hop. So doing that a couple times, pressing into those hands. Every time you jump, you're going to press and you're going to draw those shoulder blades onto the back. So that's creating a nice, strong shoulder girdle to support your weight. All right. At this point, you might want to do some wrist stretches again. So hopping over one block, maybe you hop over 2 blocks. Maybe that's your next step. So find that downward facing dog again. Press down and forward. Draw up through the low belly. Look past your hands. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, hop over the blocks. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hop back over the blocks. And you can adjust those blocks wherever you need. Take an inhale. Exhale, hop. Inhale. Exhale, hop. So having those blocks there is going to help you gauge a little bit longer jump time. It's going to help you lift your hips higher to get them over those blocks. So then you have other options. You can stack blocks again, get them a little bit higher, right? You have that option. Or you can just start to maybe find a little hang time at the wall. So getting those hips closer to the wall. So from here, what I like to do is bring the blocks a little closer. I have my wall there. I'm going to start in the lower version. I have my wall. Hands are close to the wall. I have my downward dog. I'm going to hop forward, so I'm going to look toward the wall. Bend my knees, I'm going to jump over those blocks, but I'm going to lift my hips so they come to the wall, and then back down. Bend and lift, and back down. This time I'm going to step my feet between my hands, or close to my hands. So bend my knees, and lift, and then down. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Good. Plant the hands, inhale, lengthen, exhale, bend the knees. I might need to squeak my feet back, and then up and back, right? So you're just lifting, getting those hips up, using that belly action, right, to get those hips up a little bit higher. So the final product that might look like over time with practice, it starts from here. Maybe you inhale, bend the knees. Maybe your exhale is here, and then you step the rest, right? And then the next time, maybe you get a little bit further, and you step the rest. Maybe finally someday, bending, look forward, and slowly come forward, right? So finding that little tuck position at the top of your mat, working, hovering there, and then even just dropping from here. That lowering action helps. So those are the jumps to bring you forward, pressing down. Now, if you're comfortable already with going upside down, some things that you can work on for that slow lowering once you're comfortable hovering on your hands. The best thing that I found work is literally find that tuck that I just did at the wall. Hands are going to press down, lift the hips, and you're going to tuck up, find the wall, and then curl in, press down, curl in, feet down. Lengthen, do it again. And then hips up, press down, curl in, feet down. And lengthen. And then over time, maybe you do a little jump up, find it here, and then you start to put booty to bum, and then you go slowly with a pike. Slowly. and lengthen. So those are some tips for now, ones that I find are working for me when I'm jumping forward, going a little bit slowly. Use the core, use your breath, have confidence, and have fun, right? Maybe you jump off your mat a couple times, maybe you don't jump all the way, but have fun with it. Thanks for tuning in. Drink lots of water, eat your veggies, wear some sunblock. We'll see you next time. Namaste.